All right, guys, these are your channeled messages for September 28th through October 4th, 2024. But the messages are timeless. Whenever you find them, you're meant to find them. Take it resonates and leave what doesn't. Let's get it. Excuse me. Okay, so the first card out is behind the scenes action, divine orchestration. Things are being hidden. See beyond illusions and trust the process. Then we have use what you've learned to help others now. Lessons learned, time to put them to use. Help guide and lead others. This has been training for your destiny and wishes. Use your gifts, intuition, and source to lead you to your success. And then we have sit with this. Go within, time to process, reflect, triggered. Just feels like at this point, there's a lot that there's a lot that's coming in right now, changing. I say this frequently that you can feel it, but you can't see it, and it's because it's been a lot of this behind the scenes divine orchestration happening. There's been a lot of this having to walk by faith, not by sight, and I've been saying this frequently in a lot of my readings because that's exactly what's been taking place. This It's a lot of what's coming into you right now has been hidden for so long, and it has just been behind the scenes taking root, growing, what is it called, germinating, being fertilized. It's like, oh, like the seeds that you have planted throughout your lifetime, not even just this one lifetime, but the seeds that you have planted throughout multiple lifetimes are now starting to sprout and rise above the surface for all to see. It's been a really long process. It's taken a really long time. Again, I'm saying like multiple lifetimes. For some of this, it has taken multiple lifetimes for these things to break ground and see the light of day, so to speak, for you. But it's now coming together in this really, really grand plan. I mean, it's like this, just this huge puzzle that has been very slowly here, slowly being piece by piece put together. And now it's like there's enough of the pieces that have come together that you're now starting to finally see why you went through what you went through, why the things that happened to you happened, why things didn't work out the way you wanted them to work out or you thought they were going to work out. It's like a lot of the things that you did not have answers to, and a lot of the things that have been hidden from you are now culminating and coming together in the physical for you to be able to tangibly see and understand. But it's been all of this has just been hidden for so long, like so long. It's been a really, really painstakingly slow, gruesome, traumatic, isolating process that you have been going through this lifetime and past lifetimes, but y- you have had to be so incredibly grounded in your faith throughout all of this because you I mean you literally you couldn't see anything, and there's been a lot of times where you weren't hearing anything either, and so you just had to have that really unwavering unshakable faith throughout some really tough times here, when things looked bleak, when things looked like, hey, we might not be coming back from this type of scenarios. You had to keep that faith. You had to trust the process. You had to just know within yourself that God, source, universe has me, and I don't know how, but it's going to work out. And that's the mindset that you have had to adopt this entire incarnation and lifetimes before. But you've been a trooper really throughout all the things that you've gone through, you know the illusions, the lies, the deceit, the trickery, the betrayals, the all the things, while all of that was being thrown at you left and right. You were ducking and dodging and, you know, fighting back, but still holding the faith. And even when you got knocked down, you kept getting back up. But not just getting back up, you pulled yourself back up better every time after time, KO after KO. You would get back up and into that ring and be tougher and more diligent, more resilient, more fearless, more confident, stronger in every way, shape, and manner throughout this process. When you couldn't see what was going on, while you were getting those punches, those jabs left and right, when you were being kicked while you were down, you still held the faith. Boots to the ground, 10 toes down. You held it down. God, source, universe, and the entire spiritual realm saw that. They saw how you not once faltered in your faith. Not once were you unsure whether or not you were going to be taken care of, even in the worst of times. Beyond that, you held your light. And yeah, there was time you spent your time in the darkness. You spent your time in the abyss. You spent your time amongst, the what do we call it, on SpongeBob, the creatures of the deep. You did, but you did it so that you could master it, so that you could learn from it, so that you could grow from it, so that you could understand it, because that's how you are. You want to be hands on, and you want to understand why it is that people do what they do, why it is that this exists, why does that happen, why do people act this way. That's just you. And you designed your life to be this way prior to incarnating this lifetime, because you don't like things just easy and simple. That's just not you. You like a challenge, and you like to be hands on in your missions. You like to be able to deeply analyze, to deeply introspect within yourself, and understand, overstand why something is the way that it is. Why did this happen? How did this happen? What can we do to prevent it in the future? That's you. And while you were in the abyss, while you were in the pit of the pit of the pit, the Mariana Trench of the depths of hell, You learned a lot. You learned a lot. And you learning those things and understanding those things and those people, those creatures, those beings, those entities, that entire world and realm, you learning that has made you so powerful beyond what you can see or even comprehend. And maybe you do know at like at the internal subconscious level, but you don't let that phase you. You're very humble, you're very grounded, you're very just the things that you went through have made you into the version that you are right now: humble, grounded, compassionate, deeply understanding, loving, warm, welcoming. You are willing to help anyone and everyone and anything that is willing to help themselves. And that's where you're at right now. And that's why you're getting what you're getting, is because of the aforementioned and who you are and your willingness to do just this. You you're here. Let me see. You're here leading people from the abyss into the new earth, into the light, into their highest self, into the the love, because that's what you embody, is just this true unconditional love for beings, creatures, the world at large. And that's why you're here. You you now need to just allow yourself to be who and what you are and lead others, guide others with the experiences, the pain, the suffering, the trauma, the learning experiences that you have gone through. You have to now use those things to help other people to get to where you're at. Because what you have done and what you have achieved within in your internal world, your soul, your heart, your spiritual and energetic growth and ascension through multiple levels of dimensions and realms, those things that you've done are, and it's no small feat. It's a really rare thing that you have accomplished. And there's going to be a lot of people who are going to want to know how you did it and how can they do it too. This this world, the old world, did a lot of us really dirty, and people are now starting to wake up and realize all of the lies and the facade and the smoke and mirrors and the fugazi that we've just been living in. And as such, they're now going to be looking for a way to do things differently. How do they come back from that? How do they get out of that? How do they get out of the maze, of the matrix, so to speak? And you will be there with the answers on how to do that. While you can't do the work for others, no, but you can tell them what it is that they need to do to get to this new path. It's not a paved path, right? You've just been hacking away at it, and it's going to require a lot of work. And this is something that these people are going to have to be okay with doing, because we only take willing participants. You can only help those who want to help themselves, right? Again, but you went through the things that you went through for a reason and a purpose, to be a testimony, to be a leader, to be a guide, to be that person here, paving the path and leading the way into the new earth. And earned, you have earned all the things that God Source Universe is now bringing to you. You have. Please know and trust that. It feels like there's going to be a lot of people, places, and things wanting to work with or be around you. You're just going to need to take a lot of time for yourself and be okay with taking time for yourself. And everybody else around you needs to be okay with you taking time for yourself, because you only have like a 4 to 5 hour energy life in the physical. I'm going to keep reiterating this because you do not and cannot operate like other people. You have a very short time span of physical energy. The rest of the time you need to be spent meditating. You need to be spent outside. You need to be spent resting, because that's just you. You're like a Rolls Royce with one of those very intricate, delicate engines and operating systems and a lot of moving parts and pieces. You're like a Bugatti that has to be driven and maintained a very specific way. You can go very fast, but you have to be it's only a short amount of time that you can go that that speed and operate. You're always doing so much outside of the physical. So your physical energy reserves is short. It's very short. Please do not let how everyone else may be working and how everybody else operates affect how you operate. You have to know how to say no and have your boundaries and just tell people, look, I don't operate that way and I just can't. When I'm out of commission and service, everybody's screwed, right? So you need to take care of you. And also, while you're going through this, if there is anything that comes up that you feel your feelings and let them go. I don't know. It just feels like I think a lot of us, my 250, my 144 redemption line people, you will experience this as well, where you think that a lot of the things that you wanted a long time ago, you never thought would happen. And then when they start happening, it's kind of like a surreal moment. It's an emotional thing, right? So just feel your feelings, allow yourself to feel these feelings, and then let it go and embrace your new life. Embrace the gifts and opportunities and blessings and abundance and prosperity and health and community and support and love that God Source Universe is now bringing into you and giving to you, because you have done the things. You have surpassed the things, the requirements that you were supposed to do. You have earned this and then some. So let it happen. But you need to also just honor your body and honor your emotions heavily. You're the first priority. You're the only thing that matters in this whole operation. Please know that. And please take care of yourself. You come first. I know it's very foreign for a lot of us, but you come first. Your health and well-being comes first. If you ain't got it, you're just going to have to cancel things. If you're not feeling well, don't do this thing where you just push forward when you don't have it. You have a lot of things going on that's not in the physical. And just because other physical beings don't understand that doesn't mean that you have to try to operate on how they want you to operate. F these people, okay? Because your wellness and your well-being is of the utmost importance at this time and beyond. The card that's at the bottom of the deck is go outside, ground yourself, bare feet to the earth. Earth will recharge and cleanse your energy. Practice good energetic hygiene. Overwhelmed and anxious. Yeah, like I said, it just feels like, again, because there's so much that's going on, you're out there in the public more, you're doing more, you're working with people more. It just feels like you're a hermit and it feels like you're overwhelmed. Please take frequent times and breaks to go outside, to meditate, to just be in your own little space. And when you just have to, if people can't understand that, like, this is just how you are, they're not your people, right? You need to have firm boundaries. You need to understand that you have to take frequent breaks to rest and rejuvenate and cleanse your energy frequently, cleanse your energy frequently, especially when you're out there dealing with more people in the physical, working with people more, whatever the case may be. Cleanse your energy frequently. With that being said, I hope this was helpful. Thank you all for all your likes, shares, subscribes. If you are interested in purchasing the V Squad Oracle deck, you can do so by clicking the link in the description box, and you can book a session with me at ascensionoraclev.com. And you can use code FIRST to get $10 off a session of 15 minutes or more. And until then, I'll see ya next time. V Squad